Hi, my name is Nick Colliman. I'm going to talk to you today about visualising COVID-19 in the northeast of England, set in a global context. This is data from June 2020. This work was something I started purely out of interest. Initially in January, I was at Newcastle Airport and looking at the first signs in the data from WHO, and they had daily sit reps from the 21st to the 24th, and I plotted this graph which I tweeted out to our students on the data science MSc, and saying that when a previous curve like this had been seen for Sierra Leone and Ebola, while a decline was happening in Liberia, Hans Roslinger, both a health and visualization expert, flew to Liberia to find out why. At that time the UK had no cases and USA had one case. 2 months later, then the situation had changed in the UK. London in particular had a lot of infections per capita and was comparable in its rates per capita to countries such as Spain. The white bars here show countries, Switzerland on the far left and Turkey right down on the right. The northeast of England was pretty good at the time, the lowest number of cases per capita in the UK, and you can see there Newcastle, Sunderland, South Tyneside, Gateshead of Middlesbrough are highlighted on the bar chart. 1 month on from that, the situation has changed again quite quickly. The exponential growth rates of outbreaks affecting the northeast, and whereas we might have hoped we might not have been getting away with it, in fact case rates in Sunderland, Gateshead and Middlesbrough is as high as anywhere in London and almost as high as Spain. 1 month later, so this is 2 months after lockdown, unfortunately the northeast is now the highest affected area in the country in cases per capita, and Sunderland, Gateshead, South Tyneside and Middlesbrough are right up there at the top. These rates changed rapidly. You'll see on this graph on the far right South Korea, which stayed pretty much the same in terms of rates throughout the whole of the outbreak. In the UK, we urgently need better open data. We've got to make trustworthy decisions nationally and regionally, and we can't tell between different regions how many tests have been undertaken and how many people have been tested. So when we say a number of people are positive, it could be because there are many more tests in that region. Other countries publish this data, and we have the data. PHE has this data, the government is simply not publishing it. And they've been written to twice, most recently on June the 2nd, the Statistics Authority, asking for the data. It's a serious problem for us. Okay, so what's the context currently? The mortality data here says number of excess deaths in the white line over the average, over the plot for each of the last 10 years, in fact, of deaths per week. And you'll see a significant increase, really doubling, slightly more than doubling of deaths per week during the peak of the outbreak. At this moment that's dropped off, but how those excess deaths have come about and where they've come about I won't say too much about. There'll be a lot of analysis about that, I'm sure. These time series show pretty much good news. This is each of the regions of England and the number of daily positive cases reported since lockdown on March 24th. All of these regions now have a lower daily case rate than at the start of lockdown, and that seems to be staying low at the moment. On the front page, this shows the northern regions. I just want to particularly draw your attention to the white plot, which is the number of cases in hospital, and that shows a similar shape to the daily cases, but that's still definitely declining. So these are people with a positive test in hospital, right up to the most recent date possible. Thank you.